Hello everybody, and welcome to my quick video on virtual property showings. My name is Paul Madden, and I'm with Madden Photography. And what we're going to do is we're going to just hopefully spend under 10 minutes here showing you the advantages of virtual property showings, especially today with our current lockdown situation. Basically what this does for us is it allows us to show properties to clients or potential buyers without them having to come on site. So it allows us to talk about different features of the property. It allows us to point them out to buyers and actually walk through each room or each floor and talk about what the highlights of that property as you have your client on the phone, or maybe it's a Zoom meeting and where you're both talking about it at the same time. So essentially that's what it is. It kind of brings property viewing to one step further to a virtual kind of environment. So more on that in a second. So these virtual property showings are available to any listing that you have an iGuide with or plan to have an iGuide with. And just very quickly, what is an iGuide? For those of you who are not sure, iGuide is a 3D virtual tour system that provides buyers the ability to walk through properties interactively at their own pace. They can see floor plans, they can see room measurements, there's a photo gallery, optional video, all of these things. This is kind of what the screen looks like when someone's looking at an iGuide. More information about iGuides can be found on maddenphotography.ca. Just give me a shout if you'd like to have more questions answered about that. Meanwhile, we're just going to dive into what this virtual property showing looks like and how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up an iGuide first of all, and I just need to bring up a browser window here. And we need to paste the URL to our iGuide in a browser. If you don't have this URL, you can get it from the iGuide report email that was sent to you with your iGuide. Or if you don't have that, just send me a note. I'll resend that to you or forward you your URL. Once we have that pasted on here, we can go directly to our iGuide. So here's a typical iGuide where we have our interactive 3D view of the property, including different rooms, that we can look at throughout the floor plan here. We can move around as we see fit. We also have our photos that are attached to this particular iGuide, and some more details around room measurements that are provided for you, and you can download your full PDF floor plan as well. But what we want to focus on here is a virtual showing. So you as an agent have your iGuide open here, such as I do, and the first thing we want to do is really, it's quite simple. It's a two-step process, well, a three-step process. The first thing we want to do is start the virtual showing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a link to the virtual showing. And then the third thing we're going to do is send that link to your client. So how do we start the virtual the virtual showing? You click on your share icon at the bottom down here, and we click on create virtual showing. These steps we've already followed. You just need to click on start virtual showing. So it opens up a very similar window, although this is a bit scaled back and it's really a special virtual showing window. You can see there's a different tab up here, iGuide virtual showing. Now we're ready to show this property to somebody else at the same time that we're looking at it. So keep in mind that once we run this, whatever movements we have on our screen will be seen on their screen or their phone, however they start the virtual showing. So now we've started on our end. How do we get our client to join? So then what we need to do is we start the virtual showing, and then we click on this share button, which gives us the link to the iGuide showing URL. So we copy that. We can close this window. And then we can go out to our email program. Set up a new email. Virtual showing link. And we can paste that link right in the email there. And then we can send that email off to our client. Once we've sent the email off to our client, we'll wait for them to join the virtual showing. We'll know that they have joined. Once they click on this link here. So I've got this open on multiple screens here now, which can be very confusing to do this on one computer. But once they have joined the virtual showing, you will see up here, this, like I said, this part is difficult for me to demonstrate. But once they have joined the showing, you will see up here under these people, if you click on that, you'll see their names will be added to this list here. And that way you know that they've connected to the virtual showing. Once you see the client's name up here, they're good to go. You probably have them on the phone, and then you can sort of verbalize what you're doing from there. And then any movement that you have on your computer will be mirrored on their computer or their phone, whichever device they used. And the benefit of this versus some other screen sharing apps is that it's instantaneous, so there's no lag or delay between when you move your screen to what they see on their device. So that's the real benefit to that. As you talk about this lovely propane fireplace in this well-appointed open concept living room, I'm a better photographer than I am describing a real estate, by the way. They will see exactly what you're talking about as you move through. Okay, so you can just click back and forth and talk about different features such as different appliances that are included, whatever it is that you need to chat about or point out to this client. So again, the benefit to this, of course, is in our virtual showing allows us to bring the property to the client and for us to be there with them and talk to them about it without anyone actually being inside the property. So this is obviously has large benefits in the lockdown situation that we're in here in Ontario, but also even outside of that, under normal circumstances, it'd be helpful for remote clients who aren't able to get to these properties for us to virtually show them this way as well. So that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to it. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please give me a shout. Go to maddenphotography.ca, send me a note, and I'd be glad to help you out or answer any questions or even set up a test so that you can play around with this. So as I said, hopefully this has been helpful, and have a great day.